Boy, I predicted them. I didn't predict the madness. You predicted the madness. I predicted 3-2.
Disrespect.
And Mr.
I don't think it was
over
disrespectful.
there.
I think it was disrespectful.
I don't think it was disrespectful.
I believe it was disrespectful.
I honestly don't think it was disrespectful.
Of course, it is. You fool.
Do you know why I don't think it was disrespectful? Because even your fan base was predicting the same scorelines.
Nah, no
like
one. I don't.
Like as a whole,
I don't think
as a
we said
whole,
for one.
the on average scoreline that people predicted across football, not even just Arsenal fans, was 3-1.
I said 2-1.
And there was a reason for it.
I said 2-1.
There was a reason for it.
Or 2-1 or 3-2.
Yeah, but did you predict to win for Tottenham?
I never predicted a win, but I predicted a draw.
Okay.
I did.
Tottenham didn't win though.
Yeah. So the thing is,
I predicted a draw.
This is why it's not disrespecting, innit? Because everyone predicted for Arsenal to batter Tottenham on the fact that we had man like Declan Rice holding up the ting, and man like Trossard who just came off the back of a wavy game.
Yeah, I think if Trossard was playing or even Martinelli was playing, you might have got leaked.
And you know what?
Should have, could have, would have.
It's not even that. It's not even that. Because I hear that. But it's not even that.
Football.
Do you know what it is? It's just the Declan Rice thing coming off. Like Declan Rice coming off, yeah. Actually, do you know what? It's not even him coming off. It's not him not being replaced adequately. So you bring on Jorginho, who is not good in these type of games because man are gonna be hunting him down.
Yeah, but who do you replace him for?
Exactly. That's what I mean. We didn't have anyone. So him getting injured, that was from then, because it was Jorginho that made the mistake. And obviously, I don't want to pin it all on him, but it was him that made the mistake.
Yeah, but I don't think the mistake was due. The mistake wasn't due to any of his inabilities. It was a mistake because he was overconfident. Like he didn't get caught on a turn or anything, and then you could say he was done out, and that's the reason why we conceded the goal. He tried to do a skill and he fucked up.
It's just poor.
Like
it's underestimating your
like
opponent.
the skill.
It's just poor. It's just poor. Like the fact that he even had to come on, poor. Do you know what? The fact that Jesus got taken off over Nketiah, poor. I have to call Arteta out for that one. That was poor.
I'm not that extreme on the result because
that was poor.
The way it happened, simply the fact is that we got injuries during the game and prior to the game, and if anyone's kind of upset with the people that's come on XYZ, at the end of the day, yeah, it's just football. No one can be upset with the players that came on because you can't always expect to have your world-class players, and you can't expect to have 3 world-class players in every position. It just doesn't make any sense, innit? So not only did we don't have Partey, we didn't have Rice, and then we fell back on Jorginho. So no one could be like, Jorginho has to go, we need to upgrade Jorginho. No, we don't need to upgrade Jorginho.
Because he saved you guys last
because
season.
he's our third option, and you can't always upgrade option after option after option, innit? It's just unfortunate, and these things happen. You lose players. Every team loses players in every position. Yep. You can lose it in your defense. If you lost 3 of your left backs, 2 of your left backs, then you're fucked. Your result.
It happened to us last season.
Yeah, your mind state shouldn't be our third left back isn't good enough. He's not meant to be that good because he's your third choice. Like we all understand, there's a hierarchy of choice. It just so happened that we fell into a position where we had to rely on our third string, and the third string made a mistake.
I would disagree with that statement because, in all honesty, it maybe doesn't apply to all positions, but the number 6 is such a crucial
Name me one
role.
team. Name me one team.
It's such a crucial role.
Name me one team and their third number 6 is wavy.
But it's such a crucial role.
No, I'm just saying. No, you have to
Arteta.
name it.
No, but for Arteta's way of playing, he's made the number 6 it's like the most important role. Like even if you look at Man City, but Rodri. Okay, cool.
We didn't lose because we didn't lose in game in play. The goal didn't happen because we lost the ball.
It happened because of his mistake.
Yeah, that could happen. That's a mistake. That's a that could happen to anyone. That had nothing to do with
Madison made a mistake.
But we can't ignore
the
mistake.
I wouldn't slew Madison.
Yeah, the mistake. But what you're doing with the mistake.
No, I'm not slewing him.
No, but you're making the mistake seem that it's down to him not being able to play a certain style because it had nothing. That's why I say he didn't get caught in like a play where he got
hunted down. He took too much time on the ball.
Yes.
He got hunted down.
That was his personal mistake.
Yeah, but he's not good in these games. The type of games that he's good in is the games where Arsenal have the majority of the possession, i.e. against teams that are going to play low block, teams that aren't going to hunt you down, teams that aren't going to chase down the ball. Because the moment, just him losing the ball once, he himself cannot chase back the ball.
Yeah, but
he relies on other people around him to be aware of the fact that he may or may not lose the ball.
the mistake was made not because
So-
he was being pressed too hard. It's because he didn't make the right choice. He had the choice of those three passes on, left, right, and backwards. And you know what he tried to do? He tried to skill, man. That was the wrong. That's what I'm trying to say.
But
Like,
he could have passed it off.
Yeah,
At
he
any
could have.
point, he could have. So
He
that's
could
his
have.
mistake that he didn't.
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that,
Do you know what I
in his defense, that does happen to some players sometimes.
But if you want to be the best and take on Man City, you can't afford to do those things. And this is what I'm saying.
But that's
because I'm coming from the mind frame of Arsenal have over the last few years built up their team to be at a certain level to do certain things. So if anything, it's not just that he made the mistake. The moment he made the mistake, that killed the mentality of everybody.
But
Because it was right after we scored.
let me introduce as well. Yeah,
You can't ignore it,
I
man.
feel like that's you man's problem as a whole team. As
Yeah,
a
no,
whole
it is.
team, when
It
your
is.
opponent scores a goal, you can't just go and I feel like that's what that's what the problem is.
It happens though,
You
man.
scored a penalty, we scored back, and then you man's morale just went completely down the toilet.
I think it was too much adrenaline in one time.
It's killed it off, man. And
Too
then you
much
got to
adrenaline.
think, bare man. Like there was a point where Saka was playing right back because his leg was just mashed. Like,
And again,
bro,
that's you man's problem.
yeah,
I
yeah.
said it. I said it in the September chat, bro. This guy, you need a
Yeah,
replacement
I know.
for him.
We did.
Because after the second half, first half, Saka had Ndogi on. He was struggling. He didn't know how to deal with it. Second half, Saka again, but it's always times with Saka, bro. The first half, he will have man on ropes all the time. Second half, he's always never there, bro. He's always never
I'll
there.
be honest. I think the substitutions kind of killed the game. Like we brought on two players who played different, so we was never gonna play the same way that we played in the first half. But all of this, do you know what? I'm not so. The fan base has been annoying me in it because I feel like the fan base is taking it to some next degree in it with the like super killing off players, super talking about like we're going down, like we're not going to be the same. Like it's just overreaction in it. There's bare overreaction.
It's because it's because of how the last derbies went. So your team were going into it thinking, like bro, we should never draw. And the reason why, and I see people slewing Spurs like, why are you celebrating a draw? It's not we're celebrating a draw. It's just that after, but we got it from every angle. Like you can understand why we're like we got it from every angle. And plus, again, 7 players on the pitch was their first derby. So that's why I'm like, bro, for a draw for their first derby, that's a good result.
And realistically, the same man that was saying you're over celebrating, bro, if it was the reverse and we was at White Hart Lane and we got that 2-2 draw,
You man will be
celebrating as well. Like it just is what like look, the fact that
because it's certain stages
take
that
a point from
certain
your
stages
point.
that a point and a win is a good result.
So wait, I'm just gonna quick questions. Obviously, you're gonna look at it as 2 points lost. You're gonna look at 1 point gained.
Considering the fixtures we have, yeah.
I personally look at, for me personally, 1 point gained because I thought the moment that Jorginho made that mistake, I thought it was GG's. Like I thought you man was about to open us up on some Mazzoline thing, and I was about to see a 4-2.
Do you know what happened?
Because it was looking rough out there, man.
It was, but you know what happened?
Second half, it was
Brennan
looking rough,
Johnson
man.
got injured immediately
It
after.
was looking rough, man.
Immediately after he pulled a hammy, and then Maddison fucked up his knee. So it was like the momentum. As soon as you took off Maddison and Son and Brennan Johnson, we had no one left.
Yeah.
Literally, we had no one that could create. And we don't have Perisic, so arguably he's the guy that takes corners. And he got 2 assists last game or the game before. So we don't have anyone that could make a game-changing decision. But Charlton ain't doing it.
But ultimately, the better result is for the Tottenham fan base. Like without a shadow of a doubt, innit?
We didn't go in.
And
I mean, the players will think we was going in that for win, but as a fan base, we thought raw.
And
you
you man played well. You man played. Do you know what? Yeah, I can't even hate. Like there was like maybe a 30 to 35 minute period in the first half where I thought, we're just gonna roll you man over. Like we was dominating to such a level that I thought, okay, cool, we're just gonna roll man over. But we could have. We could have.
Equally as we had defensive mistakes, we had offensive mistakes because
Nketiah should have put the ball in the back of the net.
Somebody
crossed it, and then we headed it on the corner, and he just didn't react. He didn't react, and it went off.
Jesus stole the ball after Ødegaard pressed, skied it.
He went for the Hollywood.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he's in that same scenario in any other game that's not
And he does
against
a
like a
clean
Man
pass.
City, Liverpool, or a North London derby. By the way, he's slot in that
In
bottom
the-
right
yeah,
hand corner.
bottom right.
And I
If
think
that was in if
But he went for the
Ødegaard had
Hollywood.
that, I think Ødegaard would have put it away. I think if Trossard was playing, Trossard would have put that away.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's the difference between being a top striker. Strikers don't think about Hollywood.
But-
Haaland, Tony, Kane, even Ollie Watkins, Callum, bro, all them man slot it in the corner, bro, because they don't have time to do the worldie, bro. Just put
Yeah,
it in
like
the corner.
he got gassed in it. But do you know what? I'm not gonna lie.
It's a derby. Don't blame him.
I still think that taking off Jesus instead of Nketiah was the wrong move, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, but Arteta's not thinking just about this game. He's
I know
thinking
he's
that
not.
we've got FA Cup
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up. Then
yeah.
he wants to still compete in the Champions League. And
Yeah, but you still
remember,
got Champions League
Jesus
not
is
for another 2
probably
weeks. and
Jesus.
you got Brentford and
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
Brentford's a-
realistically,
Brentford's a hard
in my
one.
head, I don't think Arteta wants to come out of any of these cups early. It's going to be
Yeah.
we're taking it to the finals type thing, so or semis. So, do you really remember? This is Jesus' second start. Do you really force him to play a full 90 in such a physical game? Because this game was physical. You already seen how many people get injured, and then
Yeah,
you're going to
what?
still
It
play
was
him.
like 5 man.
Yeah, fam. I would be
combined
shook as
5
well.
man
Someone's
injured.
gonna have to say pull the plug. You got to hold your losses at this point. If you haven't won by now, take the L. We move on. Otherwise, we could have won. Imagine we keep Jesus on. He wins the game, but gets injured.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That would have been the biggest L. Jesus down, Declan Rice, Trossard, and Martinelli. I'm sorry, I can't.
I also-
that's we become Arsenal of old.
I also feel like where you guys went wrong, you man did not capitalize on our crucial yellow cards we had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's down to the
Doggy had a
players.
yellow card, Basuma had a yellow card,
Yeah,
and
that's
Saar had a yellow card, and you man didn't.
Because we
Force
needed
them into
Martinelli.
trouble,
If we
bro.
had Martinelli, he would have been running at man. Romero would have been off time ago. Because when Martinelli runs at man, he makes man make flash decisions. And when you got that, sometimes you stick your leg out. If he's running through the middle, Saar would have definitely stuck his leg out to try and stop Martinelli. He's too quick. Whoops, you caught his leg. But we don't. But you know, if some buts, but
For me, it's not that deep in it because at the end of the day, it's game week. Look, this is how I view it. In it, it's game week 6. Yeah, we are still unbeaten, so we haven't lost yet.
Yep.
And our next game is a game that realistically we win.
yeah, should get our confidence
Like,
back.
we win.
Bournemouth.
Bounce
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Yeah, we win, get the confidence back, and then we go on and play Brentford.
No, we
And
play
then-
Brentford first.
Oh, sorry.
We play Brentford
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you play
shit.
him.
on Wednesday.
Brentford, Brentford, which do you know what?
I'm scared who
that
even
could be that could be
starts.
coming at a bad time, you know.
Yeah.
The Brentford game because Brentford's not a little man
Little
team,
man
innit?
team,
and
yeah.
we're kind of a bit battered and bruised. Like physically, like a lot of players are injured in it. So we could go into this, and obviously Brentford, like for them, like
Who's
Cups
on number
is
6?
probably-
We ain't got Rice, you know.
Yeah, Cups
But
is
we don't
there.
know how
I mean,
the-
he got
the
a party.
injury-
Bro, Jorginho,
He has to start.
He
He's
might
the
have,
only one that
but you
can
know
start.
what? I realistically, it's mad.
It's a
If,
difficult
look,
fixture,
yeah,
man.
if we get to Man City and Jorginho is starting as 6, by the way, we're getting smoked. Absolutely smoked. And you know what? It's no, like, look, I actually like Jorginho, innit? But I like Jorginho in games where that
Everton.
suit him.
He would have been like in the Everton
Games
game.
that suit him.
We can play him
But
in.
look at your team. How many athletic men are in your team?
Yeah, it's
Bro.
too much.
Do you know what? Yeah,
but our
realistically-
team,
And your team is playing through the midfield.
Yeah. Like, it's just,
Like your team wasn't really getting much luck out
Yeah, but
wide. It was coming from the midfield.
we've got. My concern is that I mean our 2 hardest games for me. I find our 2 hardest games overall in the season that we just get no luck on is Arsenal and Emirates, and just Liverpool. We've not beaten Liverpool in home and away in so long. So it was like that's why I was like, with the point, it's good because we're still unbeaten. The morale's still there, and they can still think right at home we can go. If we lost at the Emirates and then we had to play Liverpool, it's a different conversation, right?
I still think you need to win that game, though.
Right, do you want to
No,
hear
we
this
have to win
take?
the game. We have to win the game.
I think everyone, especially Arsenal fan base, are hurting so much over this year because of Man City. It has nothing to do with Tottenham.
Yeah, they just
It's all
keep
Man
winning.
City because all we're looking at is the gap
Yeah.
opening between us. But overall, the way the league is right now, it would be super exciting because it seems like bare teams are actually now fighting each other at a good, decent level, innit? Like the top 6 are top 6 in. But for some reason, Man City's just up there. But Man City haven't faced any of the top 6 yet. So until they do and lose,
They played
or someone could
Newcastle.
take their new top 6. You know what I mean? And to be honest, they didn't lose. They didn't lose.
1-0,
1-0.
yeah.
It wasn't like they didn't get battered, but they tried, didn't it? So hopefully, I'm just hoping this result will feel so much better if Liverpool, Spurs, or Arsenal can just take away 2 points, at least 2 points.
Do you know what actually saved the Arsenal fan base online is the fact that Chelsea lost.
Yeah.
Like,
Chelsea
takes away the sting. They just stink.
They took away the sting in a mad way.
Yeah, it means you can't get bantered now that much in London, isn't
They're
it?
just always getting bantered.
But realistically,
And
like,
Brentford lost. For me, like I always say to you, man, off camera, I said as long as the enemy's full, Brighton, Brentford, Aston Villa, Newcastle, as long as these men just keep going for a roller coaster, that's fine by me, bro. That allows us, and we don't lose, then we can just, the momentum in it. And when we play, I think we play Aston Villa in like a couple of weeks. As long when that happens, the morale's there, bro.
But in my opinion, man can't chat to me anyway, because the way that I see it is you can't chat to me now, but you trolled me because we was top of the league for 92% and bottled it. So you actually have proof that someone can be doing Nang for bare long and still not win the Prem. So man can't draw me out now, because we're basically doing what Man City did at the start of last season. So we're just playing slow. We slowed it down a bit.
Yeah,
we haven't gone all guns blazing. So
just no
this is
team
why
needs-
there should be no overreaction.
Yeah, no, but no team needs when Man City start strong, it's just techie, bro. They got that switch. Then everyone used to say, "Oh, they won the treble. They're just gonna see a decline, bro." These man, no De Bruyne, no Stones, no Grealish. There's bare man are injured, and these man just look like they're just.
Bruv, we've been cursed, bro.
They're still coasting, bro.
We've been cursed. If I don't see Rice, Martinelli, Trossard, and Partey back for the Man City game, I'll be hurt. Because they got no Rodri and De Bruyne. And if we don't fucking capitalise on the fact that they ain't got no Rodri or De Bruyne, yeah, and we're there fielding up Jorginho, and God knows who's going to play on our left.
It was therefore, I think a Man City fan did judge. I think they saw the Rodri card and immediately did
Witch doctor
judge.
thing. Yeah.
Immediately witch doctor thing.
Witch doctor thing.
Immediately sent a text from a burner phone to someone back in their home country and said, "Yo, we gotta make this run."
Bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, look, man said back injury for Declan.
I don't even know what he did.
Back injury.
Like the only other time
Come on, man.
I knew of back injury was when it happened to Saliba.
And I thought
that done his season.
Yeah, I thought it was a little man thing. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, back injury.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Back injury. Man was gone from
He didn't play again.
time,
He
bro.
didn't play again. So
But you man.
It was like,
what's
February he got injured, didn't it? Something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like-
February, that was it, done.
like, look, players are gonna get injured, but why the new toys? Why the new
What's
toys?
happened to you guys?
Why
Is what
didn't
happened to everyone last season.
Now, why the new toys?
You man are facing it now. That happened to
Nah,
everyone. No, but this time last
New
year,
toys, man.
everybody was
Why
getting.
can't the old toys
everyone
get
was
injured?
getting clouded.
It's mad.
Shit happens, bro. Timber, I don't know what happened to him, bro.
Yeah,
Timber
it's
timbered, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened to him. He was in Ajax saying goodbye. I don't know what happened to him, bro. Declan Rice, just hope. Someone doesn't seem to get injured.
This is the thing, man.
Party, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
He
I'm
never
hoping
really-
it was
he never really used to get
precautionary.
injured.
I'm hoping it was precautionary
You have
Yeah.
to, man.
because at the end of the day, we still got Champions League, we still got FA Cup,
Yeah, man.
and I'll be fine with
At least
us
you man
not
got cups,
competing.
but we never have the Carabao Cup, bro.
Yeah, I'm just fine with us not competing for the against Man City. I don't mind the second or third finish as long as we get the FA Cup, and at least we need at least some silverware. You know what I mean? We need something in the trophy cabinet.
Like, I will only accept this season us competing or winning the league. Like, competing or winning the league and a cup. If we don't win the league, then I want to see us, like, get far in the Champions League and potentially win the FA Cup. But realistically, if it's like some dibby thing, go out, bare early rounds in the FA Cup, bare early rounds in the League Cup, and then get maybe the round of 16 in the Champions League and then finish third. To me, that's a dead season. Like,
Yeah,
that
that's dead.
season is
Yeah,
dead.
because if you compare it to
That
season
season is
last,
dead.
last
That
season,
season is
yeah.
super dead.
Super dead.
For us, we just need European football.
Like, that's a season where I would need to hear like Edu come out and be like, "Cool, like we're gonna drop the bag." Like,
Well, I see-
that summer we're dropping we're buying everybody we need.
I see Ivan Toney's links to Chelsea and Arsenal. I mean, I conceive that we will enter the race at some point because 60 million is too cheap for just like two people after that. To me, Ivan Toney for 60
Yeah, do
million.
you think that's a bit cheap for Tony?
That's an absolute bargain, bro.
I think it is a bargain.
Actually, it
that's
actually depends.
mad.
I don't know how much longer he's got left on his contract.
18 months, I heard.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a.
That doesn't sound right, man. Like,
But
some-
maybe,
yeah, some-
they
sounds-
want to just get rid of him because of the bad press, innit?
You don't want to do that.
Maybe because of the bad. You never know.
Bad press. Who cares?
Who cares, bro? That's your number one.
Innit?
No,
Like
I'm saying
Brentford.
they may care.
Who
Like
cares?
I'm
And if they
saying
do
that
Nothing
they
against
may
Brentford, but you know what I mean. It's not like you got like the world's not watching you like they are like Man United or Arsenal or Man City or Liverpool or even Tottenham to a degree. Like the world's not watching you like that. No one cares.
Like, I'll be
And do they
honest.
actually care? I mean, the Mason Greenwood went to the other country and them man were loving him. Like, do they really care?
Yeah, another country, but in England, like
Yeah, I
bad
know,
press
yeah.
is a thing. In
I know,
England,
but you
innit?
can't
Bad
get
press
rid
is
of
a
your
thing.
star boy.
But they're probably
60 million.
no,
No,
they're
but they've
probably
adjusted.
thinking. They're probably thinking 60 mil.
What does that
We
give
can
you?
reinvest that.
On who?
Yeah, but they're Brentford. They're Brentford, so they don't get charged ridiculous prices. Like
Yeah.
they don't get the tax because they're a big team. And then 2-2s, they probably got some scouts in some next foreign leagues picking up some guy that nobody's ever heard of before, and they would just do a Mazzoline. So
Yeah.
do you know what I
I
mean?
know, man, but my
I
thing
mean,
is...
look at the players Aston Villa are even picking up.
Yeah, but my thing is... this guy
Wait, do you
was
think we asked?
third goal scorer. And judging by how, like, Brentford are, they got a lot of draws, bro, this season. They need... He's integral,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. They
They
do
need
need
him.
they
in
do
that-
need him.
They
do
should
need
just
him.
keep him. If I was...
If he's available for 60 million,
But he might go on a free.
yeah,
What,
there's
18
also-
months? Nah, bro.
No, but he might.
They will get him to sign that contract. After what he did to them, he signs that contract.
If he's available for 60 million,
Yep.
and we haven't already got him signed now, like I mean right now, like we should already have it all patterned already. Because what you're telling Ivan Toney is available
That
for
means Nketiah's
60
going.
mil.
Nketiah will
Not
have to
even
go.
not even Nketiah's got like look here like
Somebody has to go.
there's
somebody
so
has to
many
go.
ways that you can rotate Arsenal's front line. And
Or he has to learn
Like-
to play right wing.
So the thing is, yeah, Jesus can play right wing. Jesus can play left wing. Jesus can play up top. Yeah, Tony, top, he will predominantly be the guy at the top in it.
He has to.
Nketiah, then it's just down to Nketiah to be like, okay, cool, I can play across the front three as well. So I just need to do something that makes Arteta want to pick me
He should just leave.
over Jesus.
He should just leave. It's not gonna happen.
That's actually what it is.
He should just leave. He should just leave. It's like
Maybe he should, innit?
it's
But
like Ramsdale and Raya, innit? After Raya's 3 performances, yeah, he's played 3 games with you lot, innit?
Yeah.
If I was Ramsdale, I think, whew, if he gets picked, if he doesn't get picked for your game is it Carabao Cup this week?
No, he has to play against Brentford.
Carabao
But
Cup.
he might not
yeah,
because
yeah.
Brentford gave
If
him
he
Raya
doesn't-
the nod so they can
Yeah.
play in the Carabao Cup.
But if he doesn't play in this cup game this week, then Ramsdale also think I'm not ever gonna get in this pitch.
No, man, but it's the thing in it. It's the no, but you
How
know,
does he
what it
prove
is.
himself?
It's the mentality thing in it. Because you got to think, yeah. So for example, look at do you remember from the documentary when Nketiah was like mad? He was getting on to Lokonga because Lokonga was moaning about not playing, but then Nketiah is probably sitting there thinking, "Raw, but you've been here for 2 minutes. Like man's been trying to fight this battle for time, innit? This is the thing, create a mentality in it. So yeah, cool. If I'm first goalkeeper, so I'm Ramsdale. If I get dropped, yeah, to give Raya a chance,
You can't
and
just
he
give up.
shines. If I give up, then I'm not meant to be here anyway.
Yeah, no, but my
That's
thing
the
is-
mentality
my thing
that
is,
Arteta's trying to create.
with cup games, you don't like who
Yeah.
plays their main goalkeeper.
No,
in a
but
cup
deep
game?
it though, he's got a good point because realistically, yeah, your seasons. I mean, your career's what, like
He's got
they've
bare-
got like 4 or 5 years.
bare-
Four-
Goalkeepers
at
hit their prime
yeah,
later as
yeah,
well.
he might have like at least 3 years with Arsenal, right? Regardless if he's first string or not. Like just on paper, he probably had 3 years left, right? And so for you to not see to get upset over what happens over the course of 2 months,
Yeah, so-
and then say I
yeah,
give up after 2 months.
Yeah.
When you still got
Then you're not-
3
you're
years
not-
to
you're not meant
yeah,
to be
you
here.
still got
It's
3
that
years to
simple.
prove yourself.
You know, I do hear it. I don't think it's a case of like giving up, but bro, what Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cup, and if Arteta plays in the FA Cup, I don't even know where there's room for you to squeeze in here.
And the thing about
Because
this, yeah,
ideally, he would play the cup game, just like I was saying about Smith Rowe will play the cup games. If he's not playing that, then it's like, bro,
but think about this as well.
it's a bit.
What if he stays? He fights for his place. He steps up his game in training. He tries to work on that element he has where he loses focus during games, yeah, because he gets bored, yeah. And he's the main FA Cup goalkeeper, and he wins the FA Cup as the starting goalkeeper for Arsenal. And whenever he comes on in the Prem or the Champions League, he has really good performances. And say Arsenal going to win the Premier League, he's now won a trophy where he's been the main and he's actually played a part in helping Arsenal win the league.
Yeah, it's different
So,
conversation.
because usually what you find is, so basically you need to play a certain amount of games to get a medal in it, Premier League medal in it. So sometimes you've got other backup goals and you don't really play in it. But if Arteta's actually trying to create an environment where it is possible for a goalkeeper to share the role with another goalkeeper, why, as a fan, would I not want that?
Yeah, no.
Like, this is the thing that's mind-blowing to me, because, in my opinion, all you man should want is at your clubs. Because why wouldn't... So you know them times where your keeper gets injured, and now you know you got the dead guy coming in. Yeah, Foster. You know you got the dead guy coming. You don't want that. You literally, you don't want that. Imagine, yeah. So I know Lloris had a few mistakes here and there, but there was a point in his career when he was really good for Tottenham, innit? So imagine he was your first team goalkeeper and then Vicario was your backup. It would be so much better than Lloris and Foster.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. From that standpoint, yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like he wants to be number. I know
everybody wants to be number one, and
was,
that's the mentality he needs.
Certain goalkeepers in some clubs. They know. They don't get looking. But I feel like I saw Arteta say, "Yo, no, I'll make a substitution for a goalkeeper." Bro, you man are not at the stage. No disrespect. You're not at the stage when you man are using one of your subs for a goalkeeper, bro.
He might. We might. Remember when he brought on Ethan Nemweri and everyone, like, that was a
when
big...
he was 15 and everyone was like,
right, what are you doing? And that was a mad sub to make because now you just put...
He had there's 3 minutes left of the game.
Doesn't matter.
It
can still happen. 3 minutes left of the game. Jump on.
Still 3 minutes left of the game, bro.
Jump on. Give a little fist pump to the crowd. You get me?
There's 3 minutes left of the game and the game was won.
Yeah. Well, the only time that the goalkeeper is going to get changed if the game is won.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to change it if we're in a deficit, because then and I don't see us in a mad deficit like that. I don't think we're going to fall behind, which is I'm happy. You know, that's the most thing I can say. I'm happy at the moment. We haven't been falling behind a lot, which is good. Even in the thing which is more annoying, which makes it more annoying because we go to lead and we drop our leads. So...
And that's what I like about Big Ange. Is before we'd concede a goal and you man can, bro, sometimes the man didn't have the mentality to fight for that. Burnley, we lost, we was 1-0 down, fought for it. Sheffield, fought for it. Arsenal, immediately. Twice. We was behind twice.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Hooks, how you feeling? How you feeling about Arsenal right now, man?
I'm still feeling good. Well, if we the injuries we say it's gonna go in our favor, that I'm still feeling good. Like, it's gonna be a long season. There's gonna be many ups and downs. Like, things are gonna change as it goes on. We'll learn new things, and then we can't even rule out the January window. Who knows what Arsenal do? So I think it's too early to let what's happening impact what you originally thought from the start of the season. And I guess on the Tottenham side, I think there's a lot for Tottenham fans to look forward to.
Cool.
Oh yeah, no, from a Tottenham,
Ethan?
bro, I'm loving this. But I haven't been stressed, not once. Even if we lost a game, and if we lost and we were still fighting for our lives, then you did everything. You put your life on the line.
You was definitely stressed when Romero scored the own goal.
Oh yeah. But in my head, when I looked at it, I was like, oh bro, why did you stick out your leg? Like, he had it. But imagine if he didn't intervene there and the ball went in, man would be saying, bro, you should have tried to do something. So, you know, I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't, unfortunately. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
But he made a mistake and then he still had the mentality, and that handball was a bit fugazi. I'm not doing that. That wasn't really a handball. It's got to be armless. But he still was he still played his heart out. He was still making sick challenges. He was still running and playing the ball. So that's all we need. Is players that actually want to play for this club.
Yeah, 100.
So when January comes, we can there's still a few dead wood we need to get rid of. January, we get rid of the dead wood and we add to it.
Yeah.
And then as Oud says, bro, champagne. Kangaroos in, bro.
Well, for me, I just hope, as Hook said, our injuries don't mean...
Yeah.
I hope that they're not that deep, but I'm still optimistic. We're still undefeated. Who knows? People panicking now. We can go on and be invincibles in it. So you never know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
You never know. You know what I mean?
Let's not gas up the fan base.
I'm not gassing up the fan. No, they need to gas up because they're too down and dumped at the moment. But I'm just saying, innit? Like there was times in the Invincible seasons when draws weren't the end of the world, didn't it? And look how that season ended. So anything can happen. It's all of at the end of the day, it's a roll of the dice. We saw 4 Buki things happen in that game yesterday. So what's to say Buki things will happen to other teams in other games moving forward? With that said,
oh wait, and sorry. One thing actually I need to address, there's bare Arsenal fans on the interwebs, talking shit about Erdegaard, All you man need to suck your mothers, innit?
The Erdegaard slander, I cannot stand
I
it.
couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. All you man honestly need to suck your mothers, innit? So
yeah, that's mad.
you can't come for the captain like that.
That's mad.
You can't do that, man. That's not right, man.
Never.
That's just not right. It's not right. It's not right. So yeah, cool.
You guys can't play ball, so don't ever talk disrespect like that.
Can't do that, man. Can't do that. Big cap?
Nah, don't worry.
I don't want to see
Big
that,
Erdy,
fam.
number 8. We got you, fam.
Shaky.
On that one, we out. Like and subscribe. Peace.